Hey, it's Regina. Do you also sometimes find it hard to meditate? Maybe you sit down and you close your eyes and immediately your brain speeds up and you start thinking about what to cook for dinner or about that awkward conversation you had yesterday or that email that you forgot to send and you should be sending immediately once you get up. Or maybe you're worried about something that's been on your mind for a while, or you just feel super anxious without even knowing exactly why, for no obvious reason. Worry and anxiousness don't make it easy to meditate, do they? In some situations, trying to meditate can even lead to frustration rather than peace. And I've often experienced this myself in while I was going through challenges and tried to meditate. So I totally get it. And you're not alone at all. It happens to a lot of people. You're not the only one who doesn't know how to meditate, so to speak. Everybody knows how to meditate. It's just not always equally easy. And especially not if you have tried again and again and again, and you think you haven't been successful because somehow it didn't work out as you expected it to be. Now, if that is you, then you're definitely not alone, as I said before. And here's the good news. You can stop trying so hard. Meditation isn't the only way to find peace or calm. In fact, sometimes the effort to meditate right, there is no right way, of course, but we want to do it right sometimes, right? And that creates more tension than it dissolves. So what if I told you that there are other faster and potentially easier ways to feel calm, grounded, and at ease? Let's walk through a few of them. Number one, deep belly breathing. Most of us are breathing shallowly. You've probably heard this before, up in the chest. And we do this all day long. That kind of breathing keeps us stuck in low level stress. Try this right now with me. And if it helps you relax, you could even lie down for this flat on the floor. It really is up to you. You could stand, you could sit, or lie down flat on the floor. Just don't lie in your bed if you don't want to fall asleep. Okay? So then place one hand on your belly. And now slowly breathe in through your nose, all the way down into your belly. Let your belly expand and then exhale gently at your own pace through your mouth and let your belly soften. And try 3 simple rounds of that. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. And exhale. And of course, you could do this many more times as long as you want, because this is always a good idea. It's also healthy, actually. And this activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which is your body's natural calming response. And yeah, it takes sometimes just less than 60 seconds, depending on what state you're in when you start, right? And number two is the release technique, sometimes also called the Sedona method, but you don't even need to know the name. It's not about that. Here's how it works. Now, when something's bothering you, a feeling, a thought, a physical sensation, an emotion, simply pause and ask yourself, could I let this go? Would I let this go? When? And then you ask yourself these 3 simple questions as often as you need to until you get to a yes, Yes, now. So could I let this go? Yes. Would I let it go? Yes, when? Now. It's not about forcing anything. So, just gently asking those questions and being willing to let the tension soften and the answer be pronounced, that already helps. And as I said, you repeat those questions as often as you need to until you feel the relief. Try this with anxiety or frustration, or even with that tight feeling in your chest that you can't quite put a label to. We don't really need labels for that anyway. Whenever you feel like something's off, you could use this technique. And what you will find is most of what we hold on to can be released. Actually, all of it can be released when we stop clinging to it, right? So peace isn't something we have to find. It's something that returns when we stop gripping so tightly. It's our natural state. Number 3, laughter. Yes, laughter. Simple as that. Actual, literal laughter. Not just thinking something is funny, but letting yourself laugh from the belly. You can trigger it with a funny video, for example, or with a funny thought. Or you can call that one friend who always cracks you up and then trigger your laughter in that way, or even start laughing on purpose just by yourself, right? Seriously, just try fake laughing for 10 seconds and see what happens. The body doesn't care if it's real or not. Within seconds, your physical uh, constitution changes, your physiology changes, your physical sensations may change. Stress hormones drop. Oxygen flows more freely and you feel better. Laughter is a wonderful release tool. It's one of the fastest resets that you have available. And here's the magic. You don't have to choose just one of these. You can combine them. You can use them all. You can alternate them. So maybe start with a deep breath. Then notice how you're feeling and ask if you could let that feeling go, if it's something that you want to let go, of course. And then follow it up with a hearty laugh. Even if it feels silly, it doesn't matter. Who decides what's silly anyway? And maybe actually, especially if it feels silly, it's worth a laugh, okay? Because silliness breaks patterns too. It reminds you not to take everything so damn seriously. Now, let's stop pretending that the only path to peace is through sitting in silence with a blank mind, which is a blank mind is hard to achieve anyway, right? We really can only try to observe our thoughts. We don't even know what our next thought will be. And, meditation is great. It might work for some, for sure, but not for everyone or at any time. And definitely not all the time. There are very few exceptions, very few humans for whom it works all the time. And they are probably the ones who have a lot of practice in it, right? Peace is available through your body, through your breath, through letting go, through laughter. So the next time you feel off center, you feel just like something's not quite right or doesn't feel right, don't say, I should meditate. Instead, ask yourself, what would feel great right now to do? Can I breathe a little deeper right now? Can I let this go just a bit? Can I find something, anything, to smile about, to cackle about? Right? That's your reset. You don't need more discipline necessarily. Discipline is not a bad thing, of course. It depends what we use it for, but it's not always what we need. You just need to remember what already works for you. So try it. Breathe, release, laugh, and return to peace in a way that always works, also for you.